Hi, my name is Liz. I am a BASC peer advisor, and today I'm going to be highlighting some of the few resources that I use to create an academic plan for 2 years and beyond. The resources I'm going to be covering in this video are sample plans provided on the BASC website, major requirements, general catalog, degree requirements, and the class search tool. Alright, so in order to get to the sample plans, you're going to head over to the BASC website and click on majors and minors. And for right now, I'm going to click cell biology, but you can find sample plans for all the majors listed. Go ahead and scroll down, and in this box to your left is going to contain the sample 4-year plans, 3-year plans, as well as the degree requirements. So I'm going to go ahead and click on 4-year plan. So each 4-year plan is a breakdown year by year, quarter by quarter of what classes and courses you're supposed to take. You don't have to follow this to a T. Things are interchangeable and circumstances change. And it just really depends on your preference and what an academic advisor might suggest you do. This is just a general guide of what your 4 years should look like. So depending on your major, you're either going to take chemistry with math your first year or the chemistry series with the bio series your first year. So for this example, cell bio, you would be taking chemistry with math your first year and then taking your bio series your second year paired with your OChem series. Another example that we have is evolution, ecology, and biodiversity. And this is where you can see your first year, you're pairing BIS 2 with your Gen Chem series. Your second year, you're pairing math with OChem. So like I mentioned before, it really depends on your major. However, in general, your first 2 years are going to be dedicated to your preparatory subject matters, and your last 2 years are going to be dedicated to your in-depth subject matter. So another great resource is the major requirement PDF on the BASC website. Once again, you can find it under any major. I'm just using cell biology as an example. And the great thing about this is that you can download it to your computer and fill it out as you complete like each course, as well as print it out. I usually print it out to have a reference for whenever I'm registering for classes or whenever I'm moving around my academic plan. So on the left, we have our preparatory subject matter. These courses are consistent through the college, so we have things like your BIS 2 series, your Gen Chem, organic chemistry, physics, and math. And on the right, we have the depth subject matter, which are your upper division requirements. And underneath that, we have restricted electives. The units vary from major to major of what is required. And this is where you have a little bit of freedom within your major to choose, what you focus on or what you want to study more of. So I really recommend looking into the description of all these courses to pick out what you're interested in learning. Another thing I'm going to be discussing is the general catalog. It can be a little intimidating at first, but once you get the hang of it, it can be a really useful resource when preparing an academic plan or planning ahead for class registration. The three main tabs that I use in the general catalog are undergraduate education, departments, programs, and degrees, as well as courses by subject code. Clicking on undergraduate education, I go to biological sciences, and it gives you information about degree requirements in order to graduate within the college, which has a lot of good information to keep in mind while you're making your academic plan. So departments, programs, and degrees is another way to find major requirements. So you can go ahead and scroll to find your major. So for right now, I'm going to choose biochemistry and molecular biology as an example. And I'll basically give you a similar layout to the PDF that's on the BASC website. Here just gives you a little bit more information about the program, career alternatives. This is also all information that you can find on the BASC website. Gives you all the list. However, unlike the BASC PDF, it doesn't give you the likely quarters that the class is offered. However, it does give you the course names, which can be useful when selecting electives. Next, I use courses by subject code. This is a great way to find class descriptions because it has everything categorized under their abbreviations. So, if you're looking into your restricted electives and wondering what you want to take, your last couple years at Davis, this is a great way to look up courses. So, for example, you can go under NPV and I'll give you a whole comprehensive list of all the NPV courses offered in Davis. I'll give you the lecture, hours, the description of the course, as well as the prerequisites. This is why I think it's a great resource when looking into restricted electives when you're making an academic plan. So you might not have, a course list on Schedule Builder yet. You can look into the general catalog. So lastly, I'm going to talk about the class search tool that UC Davis offers. I think this is a good resource to look into when trying to find out if a class will be offered, because this gives you basically a whole list of all the classes that have been previously offered each quarter. So you can search, oh, I want to see whether this class was offered spring quarter last year, so it might be offered next year, but let me just double check, see if they have been consistent. So here, for an example, I'm going to click spring quarter. I'm going to look up MCB 182, and I'm going to go ahead and scroll down and press search. And then I can see that, yes, it was offered spring quarter. Maybe I want to double check, see, did they offer it spring quarter of 2020? I press search and see that, yes, it was offered that year. Maybe I can double check another spring quarter 2019, press search, and yes, they offered it. So, it's more likely that they'll offer it next year as well during spring quarter. So now that you have the resources, you can go ahead and start constructing your academic plan. You can find it in OASIS under Forms and Petitions. It is the first link. Thank you for watching. I hope this video helps you out creating your long-term plan while you're a student at UC Davis.